The 1428 Siege of Orléans, a turning point in the Hundred Years' War. The Siege of Orléans, which began in October 1428, marked a critical juncture in the Hundred Years' War between England and France. This conflict, spanning over a century, was rooted in complex claims to the French throne, with the English monarchy asserting rights to French territories. The Siege of Orléans was pivotal, as it represented a major English attempt to consolidate power over France by capturing a strategically vital city on the Loire River. However, the siege's eventual failure not only changed the tide of the war but also set the stage for the rise of one of history's most legendary figures, Joan of Arc. Strategic importance of Orléans. Orléans was of immense strategic importance to both the English and the French. It guarded the northern approaches to the Loire Valley, a region vital to controlling central France. For the English, capturing the city would secure a key stronghold, allowing them to extend their influence southward. The English forces, led by Thomas de Montacute, the 4th Earl of Salisbury, began the siege with high hopes, believing that taking the city would demoralize the French and potentially force Charles VII, the French Dauphin, into submission. Initial stages of the siege. The siege officially commenced on October 12, 1428, with English forces establishing positions around the city. They sought to blockade Orléans, cutting off its supplies and starving the defenders into submission. The English used artillery to bombard the city's walls, hoping to force a swift capitulation. The French defenders, however, were determined, bolstered by local militias and the resolve of citizens within the city. Under the leadership of Jean de Dunois, the so-called Bastard of Orléans, the defenders repelled several early attacks. Despite the English blockade, French forces managed to keep supply lines open intermittently, ensuring that the city did not succumb quickly. English struggles and Joan of Arc's arrival. The initial momentum of the siege faltered when the English commander, the Earl of Salisbury, was mortally wounded by a cannon shot early in the campaign. His death disrupted English strategy, and subsequent commanders struggled to maintain the siege's intensity. In addition to logistical challenges, the English faced increasing resistance from the French countryside, where local communities rallied to protect Orléans from falling into enemy hands. The siege's turning point came in early 1429, with the arrival of Joan of Arc. A young peasant girl claiming divine guidance, Joan persuaded Charles VII to send her to relieve Orléans. Her presence inspired the French garrison and citizens, who saw her as a symbol of divine intervention. Under Joan's leadership, French forces launched a series of bold counterattacks, ultimately breaking the English siege by May 8, 1429. Legacy of the siege. The Siege of Orléans marked the beginning of a resurgence for the French in the Hundred Years' War. The failure of the English to capture the city shattered their aura of invincibility and revived French morale. Joan of Arc's success at Orléans also solidified her as a national heroine and turned her into a symbol of French resistance. This victory paved the way for Charles VII's coronation in Reims and the gradual recovery of French territory from English control, culminating in the war's conclusion in 1453. The Siege of Orléans thus stands as a defining moment in medieval warfare, where tactical decisions, leadership shifts, and unexpected heroism dramatically altered the course of history. Thanks for listening. Like and comment. And please subscribe, as that will help us get more videos out to those interested in the Middle Ages. See you next time on Medieval Chronicles 1066. Stay curious.